of the signs, of the indicators that we are relying on our actions, on our deeds. So what's the problem with that? Doesn't everybody now say, yes, I did it, we did it? Without me, it would not have happened. I worked hard. My intelligence, my resources, my know-how, my proficiencies, my experience, my wealth, my power, my acquaintances. I worked hard for it. I deserve it. Don't we do that? What's the problem with that? Yes, that's not a problem for those of us who perhaps even lack intellectual maturity, but most of all, we lack spiritual maturity. الاعتماد على العمل, relying on our actions, as we have seen and heard and learned through the beautiful same spirit of what we heard from Sidi Abdul Qadir and Sidi Abi Madian, phrased in different ways. We don't worship our means. We don't worship our resources. We don't worship our intelligence. We don't worship medicine. We don't worship engineering. We don't worship biology. We don't worship philosophy. We don't worship nahu and sarf. These are means, necessary means. We must provide for those means. We must do that. We must go to work. We must be educated. We must develop means. We must develop means. We must go to doctors. We must have doctors. We must have engineers. فروض كفاية طبعا. But we don't rely on them in the spiritual sense, in the religious sense, in the internal sense. We don't worship Tylenol or Advil or aspirin or whatever other medicine. That's a means. The one who gives shifa, the one who makes things, who creates things and happen, is Allah Azza wa Jal. These are means, necessary means, but not sufficient. See the difference? Necessary but not sufficient. Sometimes sufficient for a task but not necessary. But here it has to be necessary and sufficient. So when I take Tylenol and I say Bismillah, see, so that says it all. And I mean it. Say Bismillah and I take Tylenol. Khalas. In that statement is embedded what I am inside. Bismillah. By the leave of Allah, by the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I take this. And as He knows and He wills and He has ever known, always willed, He either will create healing in Tylenol for me and relief, or He does not. I could even take a placebo and then I could feel better. That's what's the proof of all of this is. I've said it many times before. Placebos are the proof that who is in control? Allah, not the doctor, and not the medication itself, and not the cause and effect as we know them rationally. And they are necessary. I keep underlying. Sunnatullahi fil khalq. Hakala arada Allah Azza wa Jal. But some take a placebo and they feel great. So what happened? The process is much more complex than we make it to appear or to be in the materialistic sense. And that means I should not, in my qalb, rely on the means, all means, whatever they are, when even the means are, in a shari'i sense, even obligatory. My dua is a means. My dua is a means like Tylenol. My dua is a means like Tylenol. And in my dua, I should not worship my dua and my action. My qalb is with Allah Azza wa Jal. In my dua, my qalb is with Allah in Tylenol. And then when I finish, and if I feel well, and I will always feel well no matter what, inshallah. then what do I say? Alhamdulillah. I don't say Alhamdu laki ya Tylenol. Praise to you, Tylenol. I don't say that. That doesn't make sense, does it? طبعا. Alhamdulillah الذي خلق الشفاء فيك يا أيها السبب. That's the meaning. All praise is due to Allah who created healing in you, O Tylenol. I can talk to Tylenol that way. Or I can talk to the doctor. Jazakallahu khairan, doctor. Jazakallahu khairan, doctor, who made you the means for my healing. And he created healing through you. And what an honor if the doctors know what this means, instead of thinking of themselves as the ultimate means, that they are honored by being used by Allah as an agent, Allahu Akbar, to do what He wants them to do, to heal. And to teach them also through placebos that you're not the ones who do that.